my percentage of the Lions winning the game against the Packers probably goes up if we know that Seattle loses. I have it 50-50 because I think I feel good about the Lions' chances in Lambeau. I mean, we throw it 50-50 at Lambeau this late in the season. Most people would say you're crazy.
Why do you feel? Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, historically, this is not a great formula.
No, this is not the same team. This is not the same coaching staff that's got this team fired up. This is a team, and I know people don't want to hear it. It's a team led by a quarterback who has been there and done that, whereas before they didn't have that. There was a lot of unknown. They didn't have the veteran leadership of guys that had accomplished anything from a leadership position on the team. Your quarterback played in a Super Bowl. He's got multiple playoff wins, and that winning attitude is permeating throughout the building, and I think it starts with the architect who put this team together. That's Brad Holmes, and it continues on with the head cheerleader, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but the head motivator is probably a better way to word it than head cheerleader, but that's what Dan Campbell is. He's an amazing motivator of the players, and they've got some masterminds schematically and game plan wise when it comes to the offense for sure. And the defense, I mean, they've made some big changes, and it's gotten better. That's why I feel confident.
I am not. My problem is I am not confident in the Rams. I've watched a lot of Rams football this year for selfish reasons.
That's why I have 30% the
Rams. Yeah, and I really, really struggle with the Rams beating Seattle. And the Green Bay season finale thing. I mean, the first time around when the Lions played the Packers, they picked off Aaron Rodgers 3 times. And he's been much better at taking care of the football of late. When the Lions pressure quarterbacks, like they sacked Justin Fields 7 times. They hit him another couple times. You know how many times they sacked and hit Sam Darnold the week before? Not once.
Yeah, I was going to say, they never got to him.
Yeah, and so
he got rid of the ball quickly, or he just took off and ran.
They didn't even hit him.
Yeah.
There was almost no pressure. But we're talking about a formula, and this is where I struggle to dismiss history. And we're talking about a Sunday night game at Green Bay where we know Green Bay is playing for the playoffs. I love that you give the Lions a 50-50 chance to win that game Sunday night. I love it. I think if that's true, I mean, if they really are on par with Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay right now, and this isn't a vintage Green Bay team, but I don't think the Lions.
This isn't a vintage Lions. No, this is a growing Lions.
I do feel like if the Lions, there's something to be said for catching up and passing Green Bay.
This feels like an elevator matchup. Packers, who have been the penthouse for a long time, the elevator's going down.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions, who have been the basement forever, starting to go up. And I feel like they're kind of reaching each other at the same moment right now. Except the Lions, the momentum has their trajectory going forward. The Packers, maybe not as much, although the way Packers have played lately, that is going forward. This might make you feel better about the Rams' chances against Seattle. When they played last this season, because they obviously played earlier, in Los Angeles, Seattle won it 27-23. That's not going to make you feel good, all right? But it's a 4-point game. John Wolford was the quarterback for the Rams.
Yep.
He threw 2 picks. He was terrible in the game, 14 out of 26 for 178 yards and 2 picks. The Rams ran the ball for 171 yards in that game.
That's what I remember about it. And correct me if I'm wrong. Cam Akers been on fire the last few weeks. Hasn't the Rams' run game, I should say, really been producing the last few weeks?
Well, Cam Akers here's his totals. On Sunday, he ran for 123. Before that was 118. Before that, he only ran for 65, but it was over 5 yards per carry. Before that, they beat the Raiders in that huge drive, but that was all through the air. But he had 42 yards, and before that, he had 60 yards. So I would say the last 3 games he's played really well.
Well, it sounds to me like, Gator, you're more concerned about the Rams doing their part than the Lions doing their part. And then Doug.
Me too.
You are too?
Me too.
Okay, because it sounded like he was going to have to convince you.
I mean, when you do the percentage-wise, I'm at about 20%. I mean, I really am. I don't think it's likely, but I think there's a chance. And I do agree with Gator. And Jared Goff, downplayed it a little bit yesterday. I'm sorry. I don't think there's any motivation that matches playing for the playoffs. Keeping the Packers out or finishing on a high note or any of that stuff. No, they called us that team. If you're playing for the playoffs, I feel like that's the ultimate motivation.
Of course there is, but I don't think the drop-off is as big as you think it is.
I think it's big.
I'm with Khang on that.
Yeah,
I think it's big.
I think there are other motivating factors in this for the Rams. Somebody brought it up, it's the Bobby Wagner game, right? Mm-hmm. Bobby Wagner returning home. I don't think he wants to see the Seattle Seahawks advance in the playoffs.
Let me tell you something. This
Baker
is the
Mayfield's
NFL.
playing for a huge contract in the offseason, or trying to get a contract, I should say, in the offseason. Let people know, hey, don't forget about me.
But it's pride, man. People talk about guys giving in, and no, that's management making decisions when they tank games or tank season. The players on the field are playing their asses off to win games. Last year, all the Colts had to do was beat Jacksonville to get in the playoffs. Right. Jacksonville, okay, who had the number 1 pick last year. And guess who won that game? Jacksonville. All right, the NFL is full of ups and downs. Basically, you're playing a top 32 ranked team every week. There's no Citadel, okay? So the Rams have more than a better chance than people think of beating the Seahawks. The Seahawks aren't some kind of crazy juggernaut here. Now, yeah, do the Rams deserve to be underdogs in the game? Absolutely, but it's not a crazy task to ask them to win this game. They do their part, and I think the Lions definitely have a 50-50 shot. There's ghosts in Lambeau for sure, but this is a different Lions team, and if you are really different, then they're going to show it, when everything's on the line on Sunday night.